Greetings and welcome back to Gettysburg once again with your host as always. Forgive me, I never have a script for these things, so otherwise, where we left off, General Early had just arrived and was deploying to attack. We were still battling in the town to try and drive him out of it. Slow and costly work. But it was working because, well, we're putting him in a vice. Otherwise, General Anderson was moving up the Chambersburg Pike, and General Edward Johnston, Edward Allegheny Johnson, was moving to support eventually, once his forces have arrived. But the next forces that will arrive will be a cavalry brigade at 4, so a little while yet. So, without further ado, let's see what has happened over the turn. What has happened? My biggest worry is I'm not going to break this line before more federal forces arrive. Plus, with this wall of guns up here, I mean, there's 25 guns deployed facing me here. It's not going to be easy to bust the line. Plus, with these troops down here, it's sort of left me unable to commit Pender into a fresh assault. Which is unfortunate. Plus, Pender got not torn up, but some of his units got pretty exhausted in the assault down here. As you can clearly see, there are a lot of casualty markers. 5 losses there, 7 out. That hurt. Supply wagon coming up the Emmetsburg Road. Oh. A new fresh regiment and a couple of supply wagons. What else? More regiments. Big, chunky regiments as well. Ow, that hurt. 40 men just blown away instantly. I'm going to pull out Pettigrew for the most part because I don't think I can keep the pressure up. The pain is too extreme. And Schimmelpfennig is going to keep me from pushing, really, on that side. No effect. Cause 1 loss. 2 losses. Moves 4 guys there. Some increase in fatigue. And he's bringing up yet more guns. And deploying yet more guns. I caused 4 losses there. Ow. $25 gone there. Oof. Painful. Painful, painful, painful. Alrighty.
All you Southerners now draw near.
Alright, what's happened?
You hear each loyal Southerner's heart that cheer the victory gained at Shiloh.
Yes, wouldn't that be nice? 13 units undisrupted, 1 unit rallied, 1 unit recovered fatigue, 2 units routed, the 40th Virginia and the 26th Alabama. Well, there's the Alabama boys, and there's the 40th, which is part of Brockenbauer's brigade. This is going to be tough. 6, probably about to be 10 there. There's 8 there. Let's open fire there. What's the range? 12.
For they were strongly fortified with batteries on the rear side. Our general viewed the plains and cried, "We'll get hot work at Shiloh."
Let's keep up the artillery fire where I can. There we go. There's only 4 guns there now. Let's see, who reorganized? They did. I'm still sad that I've lost both Iverson and Daniel, but nothing can be done about that. So let us. Any other big artillery barrages I want to lead?
Their guns and knapsacks they threw down. They ran like hares before hounds. The Yankee Dutch could not withstand the southern charge at Shiloh.
Alrighty, I think that's pretty much everybody when it comes to artillery. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everyone when it comes to artillery. The North Carolina sharpshooters have finally arrived. And are going to go to General Lee.
Come on, you valiant soldiers.
Now, the real question is, can I break this defensive line in time? It's certainly going to be difficult without paying even more casualties. He's holding, but it's getting tough for him to hold this position. Which makes sense. The Confederates essentially have day 1 in their hand. Let's get General Anderson on the move. So, him with he is leading with Wilcox's brigade and Mahone's brigade, followed by Wright and his Georgian brigade, and then we have Posey and his Mississippians. followed by his divisional artillery battalion. And the supply wagon. Yeah, I think I'm going to need that to come up fairly quickly. And he's finally being followed by the Florida Brigade. Who arrives next? Jones of Johnston's division. So yeah, at this point, Johnston's division can finally get onto the road without the need to be out of the way, because, well, Anderson's all arrived now.
Unmindful of the wounded, unmindful of the slain, the struggle was renewed, 10,000
Alrighty.
were killed. This was the second conflict.
Plink at them. It's not going to do a lot, but a plinkage is a plinkage. So, let's start on this side, if there's anything I want to really do over here. You do not have an eye on the Baltimore Pike, so I basically want these boys to scout and keep an eye on the Baltimore Pike, to keep an eye on, no doubt, the arrival of the 12th and 5th Corps. That's why I've also got this detachment of cavalry sat up here to watch for any Union shenanigans coming down the York Pike. So let us, the Charlottesville Battery, the Louisiana Guard Battery, we will do, let's deal with Early, Courtney, Virginia Battery, are going to go round the side to get set up on Benner's Hill. Hayes and his Louisianans will get moving forward. Hayes, you go there and try and undisorder them. You can be seen, but there's nothing I can really do about that. Hoke and his North Carolinian Brigade Gordon with the Georgians. They are basically to sneak around that side. Well, they're not really sneaking. He knows they're there. But it's more to ensure that he will be forced to commit forces to stop their advance. 25th and 60th Georgia will stay with Gordon. And Early is a little spread out, but there we go. He's perfectly fine now. And he's not in range of Ewell now, so Ewell will come down here. And then he's still in range of Lee. So my chain of command is still perfectly fine. Oak is here.
Their guns and knapsacks they threw down. They ran like
I don't want to basically go early. That's my big issue.
notwithstand the southern charge at Shiloh.
Unlimber the Louisa Morris Virginia battery there with the goal of, well, inevitably shooting at that artillery to try and dislodge it. Next we've got Doles, who is in reserve for now. I could commit him forward, try and help break this line, but I don't think it's worth it at this point. They are going to fall back. They are going to fall back. Ow. That hurts like hell. Because he's just not breaking. And then Davis and his Mississippians, who are still here. Again, I would have to go over the top, and I just don't want to do it. Still, I suppose it's a case of needs must. What are you? That was a misclick. Oh well. Blast them up a bit. Ugh, I've almost used all of Heap's divisional supply wagon just to try and dislodge these pests. It's costly. So damn costly when it comes to ammo. So, who could that be? My guess is that is the Vermont, Stannard's Vermont Brigade. It's the only real thing that makes sense to be arriving from that direction is Stannard's Vermont Brigade. Because majority of the Federal Army will be around Tawnytown, so, well, the other corps, rather, would be around Tawnytown because they would be coming up via the Frederick Pike. Whereas the 1st and 11th were positioned here at Emmetsburg. And then they obviously came up the Emmetsburg road to Gettysburg. So, I expect to see the 3rd Corps, the 2nd Corps, the 3rd Corps, both arriving via this way, and then the 5th, 12th, and 6th will be arriving via the Baltimore Pike. That's the way they did arrive. That's not necessarily the way they are going to arrive. What options do I have to truly break this position? Because again, it's gonna be tough. Maximum range, not worth it.
The winter is gone and spring has come once more.
Let's move you. Where's the big spot on Wolf Hill again? I've got to find that one hex again. Where is it? There. They are just basically to sit up there to keep an eye on Cemetery Hill to see if he's got anything hidden behind the hills.
And if the Federals trouble us, we'll surely do them harm. For we have declared that our land shall
I could launch a fresh assault with Pender, but I think I'm actually going to hold off maybe one more turn. I really shouldn't, but one more turn and I will hit his line everywhere at once and we'll see if it survives the pressure. With early set, as early will hit him here on this side of the town, Rhodes will hit him here north of the town, Heath, for as much as he can, will hit him here, and then Pender will hit him. Apologies. And then Pender will hit him here. And we'll see if he can survive. When does McClaws arrive? McClaws doesn't arrive until 6. Ugh. So I've lost 3,300 men, 4 guns and 2 officers. He's lost 2,900, including that 600, near 600 cavalry. And 9 guns. What can you see from there? Not a whole lot, can you? Do I still have... Oh yeah, I do. I've got the PD artillery here. The PD South Carolina guns. We'll attempt to knock out that. They failed. But it's probably a waste of my ammo at this point. But
my song is almost
needs must.
It is so. Back to the wars with all speed I must go, with my gun in my hand and my
Let's put General Lee up here.
Farewell, my dear friends, I must bid you adieu. Then away from my home.
Yes, he can be seen by all that artillery. We'll stuff him here. Because I'm pretty sure they have a lot better targets to actually, let's just make sure. I'm not going to take that dumb risk. That was a dumb risk for the sake of aesthetics. I am not going to take a dumb risk for the sake of aesthetics. Let's bring up the Staunton, Virginia artillery.
And when we are joined in wedlock's happy band, and we never more will take the parting hand.
And the divisional train will arrive. Doesn't Stuart arrive with stuff? No, he doesn't. I was hopeful he might arrive with supply wagons, but no, he does not. I do not have army supply wagons at this. I've got divisionals, but ugh. That's about it. So if I can capture federal supply wagons, oof, I'm gonna need them. At this point, I'm just gonna start dismounting my officers, I think. No more dumb risks. It really doesn't make that much difference, but... because if we go into the parameter data, let's have a look-see. No. That's all the weather modifiers. But we do not care for weather modifiers because, well, it's pretty much just going to be clear. Where is it? Here we go. Fire wound is 2%, melee wound is 3%, fire kill is 1%, melee kill is 2%, and melee capture is 2%. So I got really unlucky. Very unlucky. Still, hopefully this one last oomph will do it. Will do what I need it to do. Can you see them? Yes, you can. Then shoot them. Yeah, 5 casualties is 5 casualties. It's not a lot. And Davis continues to continue to rest, essentially. Oh right, there was something there, wasn't there? Let's turn you into regular line. Yeah, I got low ammo for that. That was not even remotely worth it, so... Still, can he keep this resistance up? Hopefully not. I mean, the 11th Corps has put up a hell of a fight in the town between Schimmelpfennig and Costa. I have no idea who that is. Or that. But I know Schimmelpfennig and Costa and this lot are 11th Corps, with a few mixture of 1st Corps, but Smith and his Virginia Brigade, when the time comes, will stay where he is. I don't really want to use him because he's just so damn small when it comes to brigades. Right, no supplies or horses. So Jenkins arrives next from Mount Holly down the Carlisle Road. So he'll come charging down the Carlisle Road, essentially. And then I'll probably detach him to look to guard my left flank and ensure no sneaky Federals arrive from this road. Up the Hanover Road, I don't want anything coming from that direction. Still, for now, that is gonna be that. I could charge you, but I don't want to because, well, you're gonna be a pain in the arse to dislodge. Alright, that would be that. So, I thank you all once again for joining me. I know I'm not exactly being the most aggressive at the moment, but it's more because I don't want to commit piecemeal attacks. I want to try and overwhelm his line all at once. We saw what happened earlier when I launched a piecemeal attack with Daniel. It got Daniel killed. So... and it got some of... but otherwise... I'm still very happy with the performance of the boys. So... the Louisiana Brigade under Hayes, between them and Hoke's Brigade and Ramseur and Daniel, I should overrun this position. Should being the optimal word, but it's more a case of the pressure should be so much that he's not going to be able to withstand it. Still, for now, I thank you all for watching once again. I hope you have been enjoying this series. I've certainly done better than the first series attempt at this. Plus it's a different scenario, slightly different scenario, so I've had room to maneuver and everything. So, for example, Early came down the York Pike and not the Harrisburg Road. But also the objectives are also very different, which is like, odd. Still, I thank you all once again, and I will see you all very soon. So until then, next time, bye-bye for now. And also, before I go, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. But I will see you all soon. Bye!